So now that we have a CSV file, this is called CSV file, okay, comma separated values. So I'm gonna actually go and save as, okay, and I'm gonna select all files, and then we're gonna add extension right here, okay, CSV file right there. So when you import it as an Excel, for example, when you import this file CSV as an Excel, you could open it with the notepad and then do the same exactly, add the extension to it, so we could see, okay, type of the document is CSV file instead of TXT, okay? I'm gonna save it, and then I'm gonna go back and make sure, as you can see, CSV file is created right there, okay? Right here, that's the file that we're gonna be using to import the users, okay? So I'm gonna close this one here. Now I'm gonna exit this command prompt or the PowerShell, and then I'm gonna go to the fire up the PowerShell ICE, this one that I'm gonna use right now, okay? So so first what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna actually create a password here. Those are just comments. Create a password, okay? And to create password PowerShell, actually we need to declare a variable, let's say called secure, okay, password. You can declare any variable, okay, like exactly in programming. So the password equals, okay, convert. This is actually to make the convert into secure string, convert to. So we're making the password encrypted, okay, convert to, okay, convert to secure string. So you could hit the secure string, and then I'm gonna type the password. So the password wouldn't appear in clear text. So I'm gonna type the password TS Coley, okay, 42.
Hey, but they're the best type of password though.
Sorry?
Clear text password are the best type of passwords.
Obviously.
Yeah. Exactly. The best password for hacking, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hackers
Yeah.
love clear text passwords, but does tab auto completion not work here?
It works for convert to secure string. This is a variable. It wouldn't complete itself. You are declaring a variable.
Oh, I see. It's a variable name.
It's a variable name that you give it any name. I'm gonna give it just a password, secure password. So we know that this password will be encrypted, right?
Yeah.
So if somebody's behind
And that's
the
a
shoulder,
function then.
exactly.
Is it?
Not function. It's a variable. We're gonna declare a couple of variables, okay?
Secure password is a variable, but convert to secure string, what is that? Is that a command?
It's a command that encrypts clear text passwords.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there are functions in PowerShell on there, but that's a different thing.
There are functions. There are a lot of things. There are properties. There are objects. There are many things. Okay. So this is the convert to secure string. Okay, followed by the password, and then as a plain text password. Notice that PowerShell is helping me right now. Okay, as a plain text password. So we're converting from plain text to, okay, and then we're gonna force that, and that's for the password.
Out of curiosity, what would happen if you would not force it?
If you don't force it?
Yes.
Probably it would convert, it will encrypt it, and probably not, or the command wouldn't actually take effect. Yeah, because all passwords they need to be encrypted, and there is some password policy in Windows, you know, actually pre-made as group policy. So the password linked and the password, you know, yeah. So let's move to next step. So we declare a password, so the password that we're going to be using for the users, and now we're going to prompt the user to type where the file is located. So prompt, okay, prompt user for CSV file in here. This is a command, okay, and then I'm going to declare a variable called file, okay, path, and then we're going to make it equal to read host, okay. This is a command, read host. As you can see, it's verb dash noun, and then prompt, as you can see, and then prompt the user. It's like in programming. This is actually to get user data, okay. So please type, okay, please type your path to CSV file, okay. Okay, next one we're gonna actually import, okay, the file into a variable, okay. This file that we created, we're gonna import it into a variable, and I'm gonna comment it in here. So import the file into a variable, okay. And to do that, we need to declare a new variable called user or users equals, okay, equals import CSV file, import CSV file, okay, import CSV, and then the variable that you declared in the top right here, this variable here, okay. As you can see, it's PowerShell, it's recognizing what I'm after right here, and then here we go. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna use a loop, okay, to loop over all the users in CSV, although I just create one so save some typing, but this is actually a loop that loops over the users and create them along with their attributes. So this is actually loop. So loop through each, okay, row, each row here, and gather all information for the users. And then to use the loop in PowerShell, we use for each, open two parentheses like this, and then for each user, okay, this is something that we use like for loop, like for I in, okay, blah blah and so on. So in users, and this is the variable that you declared earlier, users, this variable here, okay. So for each user, or for each user row in the users file, okay. So what we're going to do, going to open curly braces and close the curly braces here, okay. Going to go back to top here for each user, and then the first thing which we're going to do, we are going to actually gather the users info, okay, users information. So I'm going to declare a variable here called fname, okay, equals, okay, equals, notice here, equals user, okay, dot, okay, and then first name, okay. So the first name equals user, this user here, or I, or whatever variable you used in for loop or in the loop. So fname, okay. So we could also do something now, because it didn't recognize the first name and last name, those attributes in CSV. because I didn't, the PowerShell didn't read the CSV yet. So I'm gonna actually make it read the CSV. I'm gonna comment this line here, and then I'm gonna run, okay, the selected. I'm gonna run this selected statements. It's asking me for the please type the path. I'm gonna say C colon, okay, colon backward slash users, or user.csv .csv file. Okay, and now let's go back here, and now I think it reads the file, so it could change or help me, okay, use those commands. So I'm going to declare a variable here, user dot, okay, no, not yet, it didn't read the variable, so I'm going to type it like first name. Okay, those they need to match. That's your question, Eric. Okay, user dot first name. Next variable is jtitle. Jtitle. We could give it any name. Those are just variables. Okay. Job title equals, okay, user, okay, dot, okay, I think it's job title. Let me make sure I'm typing those correctly. Here we go. So last name, J title is job title. It's written like that, job title. Okay, and then next variable is actually the O phone, the office phone. Okay, O phone equals, okay, user, meaning user dot office phone. Okay, if we have names in here that have space in them, we need to include them between double quotes. Okay, office phone. Okay, they need to be between double quotes if there is a space, so we could tell the PowerShell that this is a single name or a single string. And then we have the email. Okay, and the email equals user, I mean a variable, user dot email address. And notice that we need to include the email address between double quotes here. Okay, are you still with me, guys? Are you getting tired?
Yeah, I.
Okay, yeah, just we're near, so we're actually just declaring a couple of variables, and then we're gonna execute this script. Okay, so if you are getting bored or something. So next one is we're gonna declare, so email, so user dot email address. Okay, and then next one is, okay, is the description. I'm gonna type this description, and then this is actually the user dot description. Okay, user description, and next one is the organizational unit, OU. Okay, and let's use the lowercase OU, so it wouldn't actually. There we go, and the OU equals. Okay, let's declare a variable for the OU, and then user dot organizational unit between single or double quotes. Organizational unit. So I'm using organizational unit as okay, organizational unit. Okay, unit like that. Okay, and I think that's it for the variables. So now, okay, inside the loop, what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a create new AD Active Directory user for each user in CSV file. File here. Okay, and the command, as we looked before, it's new AD user. Okay, new AD user, and notice that we are still inside the loop. The name of this user here, we could actually use the fname lname between quotes like this. So fname variable. Now we are using those variables that we declared at the top. So fname, okay, and then fname, and then lname. I think I forgot the lname here, right? So let's declare it right there. So lname, and the lname equals variable user dot, I think it's the last name right there. Okay, so I'm gonna go here. Hopefully all the variables are correct, exactly like as in CSV file. And then lname. Okay, those are the variables that I created earlier. And then after that, we're gonna actually give a name right there. And the given name, let's actually give it fname variables. Given name, it's fname. And then after that, surname. And surname is basically the lname. Lname, followed by the user principal. Principal. Notice all the parameters are we use the dash before the those parameters. Okay, so user principal name, and the user principal name, it's okay. We could actually use user principal name as the as I showed you. It's like an email address, so we could use it like this also. I think we could use it like this. So fname dot lname, okay, at abdel.local. Okay, we could use it something like this. So we are actually adding those into this. We could use plus, and then let's put those two between double quotes in here. Okay, like this. So it will actually add the fname dot last name, and then add it to the my domain. Okay, and next what we're going to do here, we're going to actually add the rest of the parameters. So user principal name, and then the most important is the path, where we want to actually store those users or create those users under what path. So we're going to type the OU right there. Okay, we're going to actually store them in the OU variable that we declared earlier. And then after the path, we can actually use the password password here. So let's actually encrypt the password. We're going to use the secure password, as you can see, the variable that we declared earlier in the top, secure password. And then we're going to mention change password at logon. We can set it to true or false. So can I give it probably false? Okay, we don't want to user. Normally in production network, guys, you need to set this one to true, because the user need to take control over his password. Okay, so as an administrator, you don't need to know the passwords of all the users, but you could control them by resetting them and give them new passwords and so on. So change at logon equals true, and then the office, okay, office in here, office phone, as you can see, and then it's stored in O phone. You see, you notice that it starts recognizing the variables that declared in the top, so you could read it. So okay, O phone, and then description. Here we go, and it's stored in, I think, this, in this variable. And after that, we are gonna actually issue a parameter called enable here. So we are actually setting the password and enabling the count, and we are setting it to true. Okay, so we wanna enable the count and we set it to true. And I think that's it. Okay, so now I can add the last statement here, so we could actually echo. This is just for testing, echo, okay, and account, let's say account created, okay, created for, and then let's actually for using variables fname, okay, l name in ou, okay, in ou. That's it. So this is basically the script. Did you understand, guys? We should go over it again.
Yep.
You get
That was
Yeah,
for me as well. This will be fun to know if it actually works for me.
Yeah, it works for you. Yeah, nice. That's good.
No, I mean, it will be fun to know. I haven't tried running it yet.
Yeah.
Let's try that.
Yeah.
Currently, I'm just notepadding this, so I won't be able to test this.
Don't worry, Eric. I'm actually recording this, and I will put the video, okay, after we'll finish this this class, okay, today, so you could go over it and really understand it. So basically, we are declaring variables here, okay? It's like in programming, okay? Secure password, convert to secure string, so we want to make the password encrypted. Second line, we are actually prompting the user to enter where the CSV is stored, right? Here we are actually importing the file into variable, okay? We're importing a file into variable, so we could use it later on, okay, in the for loop or loop in PowerShell, okay? And then we're looping through the CSV file and creating all the users with their attributes. And we're actually using those variables here, storing those variables into the, we could go with the names without any variables here, but it's make it a little bit shorter. It saves some typing and so on, okay? So what I'm gonna do, because we have mentioned, let me check here. We have mentioned the path. In the path, basically, where is the path here? The path is the OU, right? User.organizational unit. And yeah, in the CSV file, CSV file here, as you can see, guys, I'm gonna format font, make it a little bit big, so 20, there we go. Yeah, we're actually using this user here. We are actually adding it to an engineering OU that is nested in the Reykjavik OU. So let's go ahead and create those OUs, okay, in Active Directory. We can create them manually, or we could create them also via a PowerShell. Do you want to create them via PowerShell, guys? You want to see how?
I'm actually curious via PowerShell now. I'm really curious. I want to try that out.
Yeah, okay. So let's actually do that. I'm gonna just power. Yeah.
Does that separate? That's a separate script, right?
No, it's not. We can include it in the same script, but for this is out of the scope of this course. So in this course, we teach how we create users, right? Via by importing CSV file. On the next course, we do everything via PowerShell. We create the groups. If it doesn't exist, we tell PowerShell to make it, and then put the users into the group, into the organizational unit. You get the idea, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Okay. Do you
Cool.
want to see it via PowerShell or just manually?
Yeah, let's see it with PowerShell.
I want to see it via PowerShell.
Cool. So I'm gonna fire up the normal PowerShell here. Okay, power. I'm gonna run it as an admin, as we did before. And then, as you can see, what we want to do, we want to create OU, right? Yeah, see how it's easy, okay? So I'm going to actually use the get help, or let's use the get command. We don't know the command. Let's say pretend we don't know the command, right? But we know organizational unit. Yeah? And then I'm going to use, okay, a noun here. I'm going to use a noun. Then between asterisks, I'm going to say org. Okay, just org here. And let's see what it gives me. So it gives me get organizational unit, new organizational unit. That's the actually CMD let that I'm looking for right there. Okay. So now what I'm going to do to check the how can I use it? You remember? Get help. Get help.
Remember what?
Get help.
Get help.
Yes, and then followed by new organizational, followed by the command. Okay, and then we could add the examples to it. Here we go. So as you can see here, we get a couple of commands. So example number 1, new organizational name, user account, path, okay, and so on. So new organizational unit in here, name, okay, blah blah blah, and so on. Let's use this one here. Let's use this one here. I'm gonna just copy this one here and then manipulate it, or just manipulate this one here. So new, okay, I'm gonna right click now. Okay, new organizational unit name, and what is the name of the organizational unit here? We're going to use the Reykjavik OU, right? This is the top, so Reykjavik. Okay, it needs to be between quotes. This is a string, and then the path, and where the path is actually wanna put it in. So we're gonna put it in DC equals Abdel and comma DC equals local. You get the idea?
Yes.
That's the organizational unit. New AD organizational unit name, Reykjavik path, and here we go. The organizational unit has been created for us. If we want to nest the engineering and the Reykjavik, what we need to do, we need to actually name it engineering here. Engineering, okay. And those names, they need to match exactly as in the script. So I'm going to use, now the path changes. It's OU equals Reykjavik. OU equals Reykjavik, comma, DC equals Abdel, second level domain, DC equals local. Okay, and hit enter. You see that? Gonna maximize this one here. So we created 2 OUs. Let's verify that. Okay, I'm gonna go here and then do refresh, and sure enough, Reykjavik OU. You see it? And then underneath it there is engineering OU. That's the nested OU that I was talking about. So when you are actually using the script, use it like the one that we did in here. Okay, so where is it? So yeah, it's in a CSV file. Okay, so the path here. So the nested OU, we start from the from the bottom up. Okay, engineering, OU, and so on. So we have created users. We have created the OUs. Okay, necessary. Now let's actually run the script and see what will happen. Okay, most likely we'll get an error, and hopefully not. So now that we have the OUs, let's run the script and see what will happen. It's asking me for the location, so C, capital C, colon, backward slash users.csv. I think user or users. I think users. Okay, let's check that, and it's users. Yeah, users. And I'm gonna hit enter. So we get some account created for Terry in OU, right there. Okay, we get some gibberish. It's complaining about some arguments here, but I'm sure that the account was created for this user. So let's actually check. We're gonna refresh and check engineering here. Actually, no users were created here. Refresh again, Reykjavik, regional unit, and no users are created here. Okay, let's go back to the script and see what's wrong, what it's complaining about. A positional, new AD user positional parameter cannot be found that accepts argument plus. So it's complaining about this right here. Okay, so what we can do, can actually skip this one, and later on I'm gonna show you how to, we could skip even the user principal name is not actually mandatory. And let's run it again and see what will happen now. Okay, it's capital C colon users.csv file. Here we go. The account created successfully. And if we go back and refresh here, I mean here, refresh, engineering, and Mike Theory has created successfully. Can you see that, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's how to run or import users using a CSV script. Okay. So I'm gonna publish the video on Microsoft Teams and probably in Inna, so you could access it later on. And probably I think it's okay. I think that's it for today. I hope you actually this has been informative for you guys. And
Yes.
I would like you to do an exercise for me. Okay, I'm gonna check in now. So you could create a couple of users.
Are you gonna reset then the server? Shit. Yeah,
Oh,
the
testing script actually worked for me.
Yeah, you don't need to reset the server. You just need to use the domain that you have right now. Okay.
okay.
Resetting the server will reset it in when we going to start the assignment number 3. Okay.
Okay.
So today we go over the how to create users via CSV file. I think in next class we are gonna actually talk about file sharing and permissions, and how to use grow policy to map the files and folders and so on. Okay, and then we're gonna start the assignment number 3. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And there will be a lot of videos, published. I'm gonna put them in Teams, so check them out. Okay. So regarding every concept that we actually talked about, I think I'm gonna put those videos. Okay.
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 Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So you will find an exercise, I think, on Inna.
under apne, I believe,
Yes,
too.
and the
Yes.
apne, and then labs or exercises. And the exercise will be creating users, okay? So I'm going to
Okay.
give you a couple of users, or probably a couple of organizational units, and I'm going to ask you to create users and groups and organizational units, okay? Yeah, we didn't talk
Okay.
about groups yet. So this user needs to be in a group to organize things, because when you assign, for example, group policy, you assign it to a group of people, not to a single user. Okay? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hang up on you guys and go to the other class. And before I do so, I'm gonna put the exercise in Inna. So just check the exercise. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
see you.
Thank you for class.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
so let us.